Hi everyone and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how I decided on the component placements, and it's a bit more complicated than you might think because, as with many things on this car, one small thing influences everything. The main components that I need to decide on where they go are the onboard charger, heater and the DC to DC converter, and what they have in common is all of them need a high voltage connection. So that's a full pack positive and a full pack negative. And what you want to do ideally is you just want a connection that comes from the battery box where you plug it in, and that goes directly to your component. The problem with our setup, where we have a front battery and a rear battery that are connected in series, is that we don't have a full pack negative and a full pack positive at either the front battery box or the rear battery box. So what electric classic cars did is they took an additional smaller cable and ran it from the front battery, the front battery's negative connection, ran it from the front battery to the rear battery. And now you have full pack negative and full pack positive at the rear battery, and then they connect all of these components to the rear battery box. And what they did is they placed all of these components at the rear. But we have a bit of a problem, which is that we didn't want to drill any holes in this car. So we decided to use the heater channels for our cables, to run them from the front to the back. And that means that we can't run any hot air through these heater channels anymore. But we still want to be able to defog the windows, so we want some hot air at the front, and this means that we kind of need to place the heater at the front. So what we decided on doing is to, instead of running a negative from the front battery to the rear battery box, we are going to run the positive from the rear battery box all the way to the front battery box, so that you have a full pack negative and now a full pack positive at the front battery box. And at this point, where we already decided on the heater that's going to be at the front, well, it just makes sense to now put the charger and the DC to DC converter at the front as well. And this has some additional advantages, such as the cable from the charging port, which will be located at the fuel cap. So the AC cable from the charging port to the charger is now very short. It's like a meter. And the other advantage is that if we put our DC to DC converter here at the front, well, all of your 12-volt connections can now be here at the front, and we can put the battery management system, also control unit, at the front actually as well. And that means its proximity and pilot connections are very short now as well, that need to go to the charge port. And yeah, that's basically how we arrived at the component placements.